know, it takes a certain select type of individual to really set out to really want to change their lives for the better. It's going to take a huge part of you. It's going to take a lot. So when you're that odd one out, when you're that person that you're going after the things you want out of life, because it's in you to do it. Everybody else around you, not so much. But when it comes to yourself, you're different. It's in you. You're chosen. So, this is what we're going to talk about today, why you have to cut off old friends. Because, let's be real, like I said, most people are not capable of changing in the ways they probably should. You will be the odd one out of your friends group. You will be the odd one out that's going to set out on that path, on that journey, on that life to do the things you're going to do. And if you hold on to old friends, it will keep you back there. You have to cut them off. They will keep you stuck. They will keep you not only poor financially, but poor in brain chemistry, poor in every sense of the word. You will feel more alone around those individuals. You will feel more not like yourself around those individuals. And there's a timeline for everything in life. There's a timeline for your wife, your husband, your kids, yourself. There's a timeline for everything. So when it comes to having your old friends, unless they're going to go on that path with you and they're just as determined as you are, and you're going to set out and you're going to do it, which 99 times out of 100, probably 9,099 times out of 10,000, it's not going to happen. Most people have to get left behind, bro, because you're going so far forward. Because you want to. If they want to, then okay. Then let's see you do it. Then let's go on it. Let's really see it. We'll do it as long as you're going to stay on this path, but they're not going to stay, bro. I'm telling you full well. This is why most of the time, old friends need to get cut off. Old friends will keep you poor. Not only financially, like I said, brain chemistry wise, everything wise, spiritually wise. They will keep you drained, poor, sick. Not like yourself. You guys understand how young we are when we're younger kids, in our teens, even in our early 20s. You guys understand how young we are at those ages. Pretty much still a newborn. Like it's very, very young. Very young. And in order to blossom, things have to get let go. Or else you can't blossom. You can't hold on to those things forever. You can't hold on to those past things and expect amazing results. Because those things from the past are going to drain you of your potential. Like everybody has potential, but you have to want to find your potential. You have to want to figure that out. You have to really be for it. You have to set out for it. You have to tell yourself, I want to find out what I'm capable of. I want to find out what I'm made of. I want to find out the man or woman I'm supposed to become. I want to find out. I'm not interested in keeping old friends. I'm not interested in doing all that dumb shit people do. That's just meaningless. That you do it and there's no purpose involved. It's just meaningless stuff. The more purpose in life you have, the better life is. Without purpose, you're always going to be looking for another time, another time, another time, another time. That is your purpose. Just looking for a good time. Because you don't have purpose. If you had purpose, you wouldn't even want to look for a good time because you're going to realize how stupid and lame and meaningless it really is. Like, bro, I want to be on my purpose more than I want to take a damn vacation. More than I want to party. More than I want to do anything else. I want to be on my purpose. Otherwise, I'd do the other thing so much damn more, no? That's what it means. Rarely ever do I even get off center a little bit. Even a little bit. Do I barely budge. Because it's called genuinely living your purpose. Genuinely, you're living it. That's your life. It's a particular lifestyle, and you want to find out who you really are. What you're really capable of. You're going to go to those extreme heights because you want to. Because you set out to do it. You're not concerned about a good time. You're not concerned about a good time because your purpose is a good time and you're living it. You're on it. And for those that don't have enough purpose, they're going to do dumb shit majority of the time. Look at how people live. They don't even want to come up with an idea to try something because they'd rather be distracted. They'd rather get drunk. They would rather smoke up. They would rather go to some place seeking. Because there's no purpose. None. That's what happens. You're always going to be looking for something. You see people, these nurses, always on vacation, always doing something, always in the go, always going here, always going there because they don't have a purpose. You might say nursing is their purpose. It's not big enough. It's a job. It could be a part of their purpose, but you need more. I worked a job before too. It's not enough. A job is not enough to think you have a purpose. There's way too much time left. That's the thing. And if you're living your purpose, you're literally living that lifestyle all the time. You barely get off track. Because you're living that lifestyle. That's what true purpose is. It's not showing up to a 9 to 5 or something a little bit, thinking you work hard, coming home, and then wanting the rest of your day off. That's not a purpose. Purpose is from point A to point Z. Purpose is you wake up and you start, like, the day starts. And when you finish one thing, there's another thing right there. There's more purpose. Having a big purpose means there's not that much free time to just do whatever. Like so much. Because with the more purpose, there's less free time. With the least amount of purpose, there's more free time. That's what it is. So, this is what so many individuals need to understand. Like, there's only so much a job is going to do. There's only so much things is going to do. People's looking back to search for a good time. Looking back at old friends, doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff. It's not the answer. The answer is yourself. People don't want to work hard enough. People don't want to grind hard enough. People don't want to seek for that why enough. They don't want to use as much as their brain. You can work as hard as you want physically or whatever else. There's a lot more to it. It's all in here. It's all in your mind. Your mind, your ideas is the start of any bit of purpose you have in your life. The gym itself is not my purpose. YouTube itself is not my purpose. Coaching itself is not my purpose. But when you combine everything, and even the little other adds on in my life, everything is combined on purpose, and you start to create a lifestyle around the things you do. The more meaningless things you do, the less purpose you have, because you do it and it's done and it was meaningless. Like there's no meaning to it. There's no meaning to it. It doesn't build anything for you. There's no gain from it. This is what purpose is. So with a lack of purpose is going to make you do things you probably shouldn't be doing. That's why so many people in society turn to alcohol, to drugs, to parties, to random events and a whole bunch of other stuff. That's most of society. Because they lack purpose. Most people don't even want to have families no more, which is a big part of purpose. Most women don't want to have children no more. That's a big part of purpose. People turn to other things because they don't have certain things that requires purpose. I have so much purpose in my own life right now because of what I've created over time. I don't even need a family myself at this specific moment. Not that I don't want one. At this specific moment, I have enough purpose. That's gonna be another add-on when the time comes, which is gonna create more purpose, which is more meaning, which is more fulfillment, which is more abundance, which is a better life, because there's more purpose. You're gonna walk around feeling empty AF if you don't have enough purpose. That's the way it is. People don't realize they do it to themselves. Like you don't understand. If you really wanted more purpose, you would be fighting and willing your way into creating more purpose and less meaningless times. This is real shit. And most people in modern society are terrible at this. You know why? Because they're lazy. It requires work. It requires thinking, brain power, brainstorming, ideas, vision, work. It involves you putting in a lot of work that you're not even going to get paid for, at least at first. I don't get paid to go to the gym. And I still bust my ass in the gym like a professional athlete, literally. At that level. I don't get paid for it. And it's a part of purpose. Is being in the best physical condition and shape, physically, mentally, spiritually, that I can be in, because if you're not, you can get better, asshole. You can get better. And if you got that much better, you could create more confidence in yourself that could give you ideas you never had. Because guess what? You didn't have the confidence to get the ideas in the first place. Bro, I worked my ass off so hard in the gym at the age of like 18, 19, to the point where I started getting this type of confidence. Like I want to get to the UFC. Like I want to fight in the UFC. Like I want to fight these guys. I really believe I could work my way up to beating these guys. I genuinely believe that. And it's not because it's just me. It's not just because, I just have these ideas. It's because, and it didn't just come right away. It's because of how hard I started to work over time and the ideas started to come. If you can think that from the work you put in, there's definitely some truth to it. And that's because of the hard work you put in. You will change your life. You will change your mind because of your actions. Because of your hard work. A lot of people don't want to take action. A lot of people don't want to put in the work. They hold themselves back. and do meaningless shit. And modern society is fucking terrible at it. They wonder why they're not happy. They wonder why they're not in the right place. They wonder why things ain't the way they should be. It's because you're not the way you should be. And you know what? There's going to be, like, even if you are the best, creme of the creme, there's still going to be things that's out of your control that might not be where it should be. Like having a relationship partner, that's out of your control. You could be the best and still be single. You could be Tom Brady and still be single. It doesn't matter. Some things are out of our control. We can't control others, but we can control us. And we can control creating more purpose in our own lives to feel more fulfilled, to feel like we matter more. Because as human beings, we want to feel like we matter. We want to make a difference. We want to contribute. We don't want to go drinking and boozing and do all those things. We really don't. People resort to it because they lack purpose. People resort to those things because a lot of the time they're lazy and they don't want to put in the real work. So they resort to those things and it just starts to build over time and it's going to hit you. It's going to you up. You have no idea. The things that come to me so early, I can't thank God enough. I can't thank God enough. Because the right answers came to me and I could see ahead of time. I could see it. Like, I know what I have to do in order to be right. And it's going to be a journey. Like, you're not going to start putting in the work and everything's going to just change and you're going to have so much purpose. It's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of work. But it's worth it. What else are you going to do? Resort to everything else and then destroy your life in the end? Because that will happen. You will destroy your life. You will suffer in silence. You will suffer to death. Because you lack purpose. The alcohol is not your friend. All those things is not your friend. All those good times, it's not your friend. All that stuff that you think that's helping you, it's not your friend. Let it go. And start doing the work. All the people in your past that are failing themselves, they're not your friend either. These folks. These are wake-up calls that I got when I was so young. You guys have no idea. I felt so alone at those times. I felt so lost at those times. I had to get to work. There's nothing else I could have done. Because if I made any other moves besides become the best version of myself, it would have ended in a nightmare. In a nightmare. So it's up to you to wake your ass up and put in the work. Because if you don't, you're going to get worked. You're going to get screwed. Build yourself. Outwork all those things. You feel a little bit bad, you touch alcohol, you touch a substance, you touch any of those things. And you don't earn it, you don't deserve it, that is weakness. You could have done something else. But you resorted to those things which made you weak. And you'll continue to make yourself weak. You will continue to up your life. You have to face yourself like a man. Are you a man? You have to face yourself. You have to face those things. You have to put your mind to work. You have to work physically. You have to outwork negativity. You have to outwork negative thoughts. It's all going to come. Those things will attack you. Those things will come. The real devil is resorting to alcohol. The real devil is resorting to the smoke, to the parties, to the events when you don't even deserve it. Just all the dumb stuff people in modern society do. The partying, the events, the Oktoberfest, Wine Fest. They're just looking for something. It's the Matrix. You are part of the Matrix. You're not outside of the Matrix. You don't want to be outside of the Matrix. You are very much so in the Matrix. If you do all those things, that's the Matrix. You're in it. And you're blue-pilled. Being outside of it. Operating in the ways you want to operate. Creating purpose. Becoming the best version of yourself. That's real G shit. That's real strength. You're no different than everybody else if you were doing what everybody else is doing. Just like old friends, just like all that kind of stuff, because that's what people resort to. Guess what? When I was a young kid, I'd go through all the holidays. Halloween, oh, dress up, go door to door and get the candy. Tooth Fairy. Valentine's Day. Easter. All those things that was made up by the Matrix. You turn 19, you go to these events. You go drinking now. You do all these things now. Why does it have to be all those things? Why does it have to be all those things? You know what? If I want to go on vacation, I'm going to do healthier things. Go hiking. Go exploring, go adventuring, take in more earth, take in all that good energy, see more of the world and do good things. And you know what? Maybe have a drink, but have I earned it? Do I always resort to that? Am I looking to have a drink every weekend? Am I looking to have a drink every month? Hell no. We're talking less than a handful of times a year. And even if alcohol touches my tongue, it's like one drink. Like I don't drink. I don't go on a bender. I don't get a case of 12 and drink. I just don't do that. I did it before when I was in the Matrix. I woke up. Like I really woke up, guys. Like a long time ago. You can't call yourself awake if you're always doing those things. You can't even call yourself awake if you're kind of 50-50. Yeah, I know, but I'm doing those things anyway. And yeah, you're still not awake. Awake is you understand it. You're going to actually build your life the way you're supposed to. You're actually going to live with more purpose and create more purpose so you're not living such a pale existence like most people do. So you don't even need a family. You don't even need friends. You don't even need none of that because you have so much purpose to begin with. The worst, bro, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. I used to rely on friends. I used to rely on my relationship partner. I used to rely on family until everything let me down. And then I started to rely on myself because that's the only thing I could resort to. That's what you have to do. It was meant to be. And it's not that you can never have those things. It's not that you don't have one friend. It's not you don't get along with a whole bunch of acquaintances. It's that you're on your purpose, you're on a mission. That's what's most important, and you're locked in literally all the time. It's hard to get you out of it. It's hard for people to come into that world. It's hard for you to get out of it. That means you're not in the Matrix. That means you're living and co-creating your own reality. That means you're living the life you're supposed to be living. With more purpose. You don't need other shit. Because if you need other shit, if you need a relationship partner, if you need a family, if you need friends, if you need the events, if you need the alcohol, if you need the smoke, that's weak. You need those things because you lack purpose in your own personal life. So when you create purpose in your own personal life, regardless of what happens, you still have so much to live for. But guess what? If you rely on friends, family, events, And you know what? All these things can be good. Can be. Not that they are. Can be. But it can be a detriment. If you rely on yourself, if you build your own life, regardless of what happens, you still have a kick-ass life. That's where I want everybody to be, especially in 2023, because the loyalty days, all that stuff is out the window. We are more susceptible today of being in divorces, getting in breakups. The second something's boring, the second something gets a little bit stale, people feel the need to run off. People are quitters today. People are quitters today. Your own family's unhealthy. Your own friends are boozed out of their minds. You can't quit on you. This is where I'm at. This is where I want you guys at, because I know what it's like to be around a whole bunch of people and to feel, you know what? I have friends. I have the girl. I have family. Things make a lot of sense. There's so much purpose. At one point in time, it was great until it's not. Because guess what? People will let you down. Old friends will keep you poor, not just financially. I mean, in always. Same as that past female. They will keep you poor, especially financially, the females. You guys know what it is. So when you build your life, you save yourself. I had to save myself, guys. It chose me. I was chosen. Were you chosen? Like, were you really? Because you think you are. Like, were you really? Because I really was. I was chosen to set out on the life that I lived. Because once upon a time, things was different. Once upon a time, I had all these friends, the girl, the family, everything's so good. Until it's not. And then I had to do what I had to do. And you got to do it too. I wish you all the strength and abundance on earth. Let's get it.